design against the Grandmaster.
Okay.
Especially with the opening that you did. It's very embarrassing.
Okay.
Great. Now I need a volunteer to explain to me what happened in this game. What happened in this game? Hello? Volunteer? Hello? Please, Grace. Yes.
Of the board, you were able to take advantage of the
Whoa, 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 whoa. Moving the knight where?
Well, he moves because he then brought his knight from c6 to b4.
Grace, where was the first mistake? Let's go step by step.
Oh, okay. So first step was allowing you to take full control of the center of the board.
By playing? How?
So he developed the knight here.
Yes. So
just lets you take that d pawn with your c pawn.
Yeah, very good. So that's what you need to start off with. The first mistake was to play knight f6. Not only it's a first mistake, but also what the hell? Not only it's a first mistake, but also it's ridiculously annoying how many times we see the same thing over and over again, the same mistake by students just constantly repeating as if no one was listening to anyone. It's very sad, honestly. Why do I have to repeat the same thing? And don't tell me this is your first lesson here. I don't want to hear it. So knight f6 is a ridiculous mistake. And honestly, we should have aborted the game already here. Because you don't have a center. I have 2 pawns in the center, you have none. What is the right move here? Let's ask David. What is the right move here?
Well, I was trying to protect my pawn that I had in the center, but I'm not sure if I know a better follow-up. Maybe moving the other. I guess I could do kind of a center game, so it would be pushing my e pawn forward to e5.
This?
I could do that. Yeah.
David, have you studied anything in the school?
Yes.
What have you studied?
I've joined. When was it? Maybe about a month or two ago.
Okay, so you had 2 months for your classroom. Yeah. What have you done in your classroom?
I've been doing the classroom online ones, the lessons or whatever online, going through those. Started basically from the beginning and went through, just wanted to make sure I was catching all that I could. But and I've had a handful of lessons with Alina as well. So
This is very, very embarrassing because you cannot play chess when you are lacking so much of basics. And obviously, it's covered. So when you go to your classroom level 10 to 500, you have a starter guide. Obviously, you don't need the checkmates board visualization because you know how pieces move. But the very first article that you need is called 10 opening rules every chess player should know. So essentially, you need to print this article, right? You need to print this article and hang it on your walls everywhere. And you need to watch the video about 10 times and tell me next time what was wrong, okay? Because this is just way too sad. Also, there's a very good video. It's interesting because I play in that video I show e4, e5, but you'd think your brain should be able to catch Maybe. Oh no, he has d4. Oh, he has here d4 gambits. Up, yeah, he has it. About 8 minutes in. Okay, so very bad, very bad, and very sad story. What's that? Someone's talking? Someone's unmuted? What else can, how else can we have poor David? We don't know. We don't know.
So, I guess it's the trying to learn question. What is a good response then to that opening?
Well, you need to find it on your own, because otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, that's what you're gonna tell me.
Okay.
Yeah, I might add okay. I'll add your case to the statistics. Okay, next we have Gunay. Here obviously you just lose the piece, right? There is nothing. You just lost everything. It's just a lost position from the start. You don't have a center and your position is falling apart. Okay, Gunay sent me a challenge, so let's go with this. Okay. Gonna add a bit. What is Queenie 2? So ugly. We don't have any way to counterattack. Okay, maybe it's fine actually. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's fine. They Ooh, not sure about this move. Not so sure about this move. Let's see. Up. E4. Really? Okay. Interesting position. Interesting position. So Guinea is trying to trade everything. How does that help him? Up. How does that help him? What would be there for black? Okay. Should we trade queens or not? In a way, it's good because it brings our queen up. Most beginners. Respond with 6. What happened? Excuse me? What happened? What? What happened?
I lost the bishop.
You lost the bishop?
Sorry.
Excuse me? What happened?
Yeah, the kids distracting David, so I thought I lost the piece. I thought I miscalculated.
You know who you remind me of?
Who?
Mamedinov, Grandmaster Mamedinov. You know, he resigned against Andy Woodward at the memorial. You haven't seen it? You should see that. I made a video about it. That's who you remind me of. You know, just because I say that you should resign against me, it doesn't mean that you should hurry into resigning before you had enough time to realize what's going on. I'll send you the video. You have to watch it though. Very nice video. Let's see. Here. Okay. I'll send it here in chat. This video, you have to watch it. It's basically the most ridiculous thing. You know what's more ridiculous than not resigning with a piece with like a material down? What can be more ridiculous than not resigning with a material down?
I didn't understand. Resigning material down?
What can be more ridiculous than resigning with the material down.
Resigning when you can equalize.
Yes. So, what is like you are supposed to resign when you are playing with your coach and you are material down, you don't have half of your pieces, and you have 10 more students waiting in the line. Why are you wasting everybody's time? You should resign. It's ridiculous to continue the game when you're material down, like David before, right? He lost the position from move number 2, and then he like lost the knight on the way, and he continued. That's ridiculous. What can be more ridiculous than that? It's resigning in the equal position, thinking that you're material down. The most ridiculous thing of all the ridiculous things is to resign too early. And you fell into this trap of resigning too early.
Oh, you did? Where do I go and how do I get there?
Oh, wait a second. I needed to mute Herman. Say again. Okay, so you cannot lose the bishop because you just gained the bishop. You're giving it back. Okay, now we click on the game review. And we're gonna see, because you kind of, it was an interesting game. We have things to discuss, right? So, e3 I don't like. First of all, I have to say, e3 for me is a huge inaccuracy. Why is it an inaccuracy? Why is it an inaccuracy?
Kind of already gave the E file, so E4.
I gave the E file? Who did I give the E file to? How?
So you didn't do E5? Oh, sorry, E6, I think in favor of opening the bishop.
And what did I give?
And the center, like E4 could be better, but I didn't want to go unfamiliar waters.
How can you go E4 here? Are you drunk? I need someone with a peace of mind here to help us out.
Because it blocks the width.
What blocks what?
3 pawn moves in the opening.
Okay, and
The e pawn blocks the dark square bishop.
yes, you're blocking the bishop. Why would you do that? I'm not asking you to give your pawn away. Why would I do that? I'm asking you not to block your bishop. Why are you blocking your own bishop? Playing white. Do you have to do that? So what was your reasoning? Let's figure it out. What was the issue?
Yeah, I just said it's just, I was trying to say stay in familiar.
You were trying to stay in what?
Familiar. Say, I want the safest.
There is no safest. You need to play logical. That's all I'm asking you for. Just play logical.
Yeah.
So, what should a person with reason play here?
Bishop A4.
Bishop? f4. Why are we talking about the bishop? What is the basic principle of any opening? Knight of 3. I go knight. Knight c3 is also fine. Next, what are you gonna do? Knight of 3. Let's say I play e6 because I play black. I don't have the privilege to develop my bishop. Then what do you do? Yes, now bishop f4, bishop g5, then you play e3, then you develop this bishop, and then you castle, and life is beautiful. Why do you need to overcomplicate things? Okay, so we continue with the game. e3. Because my opponent played e3, now I can do something with my bishop, although my engine says it's a mistake because queen here, and I thought I'll just go this way. But then I would probably get punished for, yeah, g4 and knight 3. So for someone like Grace or Aziz, right? So this is okay because now there are just too many threats. Just too many threats concrete. Like and now 95. And how are we gonna defend? Right, we cannot even defend both. Everybody who's not talking, I beg you to mute yourself, or else there's just too much noise. Okay? Now question. Do you guys understand why this is so dangerous? Yes, Grace, do you understand that?
Yes, I've seen these kinds of positions a lot in the Slav. So
Yes, so the main principle, and we talked about it on our group lessons before, is that when playing with black pieces, we don't always have a luxury to be able to develop that opposite to the castle bishop, because we're gonna get punished for it when our opponent played c4 already and is ready to jump quickly with queen b3. That being said, bishop f5 is actually okay. So it's really bishop g4 that's getting in the way. Let's see why. Now here, if we play queen d7, there is still this issue, but somehow it's not as crucial. Somehow. Also, we have queen b6 here. That's totally fine. Let's look at bishop g4. Like, what's so bad about it? Why is it such a big deal? h3. If we go here, cd, cd, knight g4. Okay, go here. Like, what's a big deal? e6. Oh, g5. Knight e4, knight e5. Queen moves. Knight g6, pawn takes. Okay, this is a concrete computer line. In the end of the line, there is just this weird h4. I think you'd be fine here. Honestly, you're not gonna lose this. This is really more for like literally my level. You'd be fine here. So that's why when I play against you, I go bishop g4. I don't care. Because I know someone like Gune is just gonna play bishop e2, which is super helpful for me. I would rather, Gune, you play knight f3, because this bishop might not be super stable there. We don't know. You develop. Here, bishop e2 is not helping you because this is my worst piece and you let me trade it right away. Why is it my worst piece though? Who can tell?
Because all your major pawns are on white squares.
Yes, because all the pawns are on the white squares. And then here I don't like another move that Gune is doing, which is c5. c5 is an inaccuracy. Why is c5 an inaccuracy? Why is c5 an inaccuracy?
Is it because it's closing the position?
It's because it's closing the position. Well, that's an objective statement. Why would that be a mistake?
This point.
It's just development's not finished. It's a lot of pawn moves.
No, it makes your black bishop really bad.
Nope. All wrong reasons. Oh, actually, my bad. I'm sorry. Yes, it does make this c1 bishop very bad. Totally agree with that. That is one of the reasons.
Because you stop fighting for the center.
You stop what? How did you say?
I mean, you stop fighting
For the siding for the center, yes. So whenever you push c5, I actually have a flashback us analyzing a game of Grace where she had this thing c5 and I told her, right? Grace is nodding her head because I remember Grace games better than she does, right?
It's a common theme, yes. It's
The common theme, yes. So when you play here, you attack the c4, so you fight for the center, but after c5 you don't fight for the center anymore. Now what does that mean in practice? The plans and the direction of the game changes completely. How can we describe now the plans that are gonna happen here for both white and black? Yes, so white now has to do the queen side attack because they have this rock. Their direction of the pawns is that way, so they have to push pawns here. What does that change for black?
well,
Should you do a kingside castle?
Kingside castle is the by de facto the most natural thing, but that's not a plan. That's just one move. I need a plan.
Attack on the king side.
Okay, how?
You can take more space, push the pawns. Obviously, develop that way as well.
I need more concrete answer.
I think you should prepare to push e5.
Yes, of course. That's what I want to hear. The plan now is to push e5.
Yeah.
And
So like castle and reroute your knight that's on f6.
no,
Yeah,
Grace, you don't need to reroute anything. You just need to finish the
right, yeah,
development.
you can just develop it.
Just castle, knight f6 even better start. Castle and the e5, right? Because that's where you're gonna play. So it's just after this move, I'm always happy when my opponent plays c5 because now I have a clear plan, and as a bonus, this plan is literally in the middle game. So we do that, and then here Gune responds with e4. Now e4 is a very, very interesting choice. I want to hear upsides and downsides of this move.
Downside, it breaks your pawn chain.
Punching?
Yeah, the pawn chain or the pawn position gets broken.
Okay, but I need more concrete. That's way too vast.
I want to
attack queen side by weaken factor over the king side a bit. So this is the downside. The upside is it relaxes the dark bishop. Also, my point was to get queen side majority.
Queen side majority?
Yeah.
Excuse me?
4 versus 3.
How are you getting a queen side majority?
So this is 4 versus 3.
For whom?
For white.
Okay, now let's calculate. I see your daughter's behind. I'm sure they can calculate till 4. Let's calculate the amount of pawns the white has and then the black has. No. I need someone to be able to split the board in 2. Who can split the board in 2 and calculate till 4? That's a very tough task. Who can do that?
Well, so black has 4 pawns on the king side, and white has 3.
Okay, for Gune, very complicated task. It's gonna be splitting the board in 2, like literally cutting the board with scissors. Okay. We're gonna pretend we are in the kindergarten. This is so-called queen side.
Yeah.
How many pawns does white have?
4.
Uh-huh. That was your plan?
Yes.
Uh-huh. What for?
I was looking to push G and A and B pawns.
Mm-hmm. And now, let me ask Kenny. Kenny, how do you think, how many pawns does white have here? On the queen side. Okay, and now how many pawns do you think they can use? Yes.
I feel like
2. Only these 2. This is not a pawn that you're gonna use because how would you use it? How? The only use that this pawn has is protecting this pawn. Either way, so this is a insanely huge positional mistake. Why? Because while trying to proceed with a side attack plan, what are you ending up doing? Like, let's say you really want to recreate the side attack. What are you actually doing?
You are weakening the G4 pawn.
Okay, how is it called?
Center.
David, were you saying?
Oh, it looks like more of, I mean, you can push over on the king side, but it looks more of like a center attack in what I'm seeing.
Aziz is correct. He's saying this is a backwards pawn. Yes. It's not just a backwards pawn like that. It's a backwards pawn that is like really stopped by both pawns on the side, because usually it's just one pawn, right? So really we can see that this pawn is never gonna move. So it's a huge weakness. But here there is a huge factor missing. It's a little bit more advanced concept, but it's easy to understand. What
You created an outpost.
Yes, that's another downside. That's an outpost, of course, that's another downside. But essentially, so instead of just proceeding with the plan and pushing the pawns, which you're supposed to do because you have space advantage here, the direction is there, you can just push the pawns. What are you doing? What just happened? Who can characterize? Who can characterize?
Necessary change of direction.
Yes.
Or,
Okay, but now more concrete. More concrete. Change direction how?
to center. Also, we know black will attack inside. So
That's the key phrase. After what?
black is going to attack inside.
Wait. After what? What has just happened?
After I weaken the center.
It's not the right word. It's not the right adjective or whatever is that.
You talking about weakening the center?
Yes, but that's not the right verb.
Opening the position.
Exactly. After opening the... No. The center. Opening the center. You just literally opened the center. When you open the center, nobody is gonna do a side attack. No one. Black is not gonna do attack on the king, and white is not gonna do attack on the queen. No one's gonna attack anything on the side. Hello? Excuse me, the center is open. The game is gonna be played in the center. It's an open center position. You destroyed everything. You cannot plan to do any side attacks in a close position when you literally went to the open position with the open center. Do you understand that? Does everybody understand that?
See that?
Yeah.
The nature of the position changed completely. Now, white has a huge weakness on d4. And there is another weakness. It's an outpost on d5. So if we look at that, we'd think that this is a move that ruins the position for white. But I did say the position was interesting. And the move was interesting. So that means that now we have to look for ways how this is beneficial for white. How is this beneficial for white? Bishop is open, I agree. What else? It's not just about the bishop. File, okay, which file?
So an E file.
E file, okay.
Can we say the leg is behind development? Maybe.
Yes, black is behind the development. Good. What else?
knight e5 out can block black bishop as a temporary outpost, maybe.
Knight blocks the bishop. How and where? Which knight blocks the bishop?
Knight e5.
Knight e5? Oh, here, knight e5. Yes, you got the e5 options, temporary outpost. I like that. Yes, that's a good option. Okay. But there is two more important arguments that make this position somehow equal. There are two more, the most important factors here. And I want you guys to be able to find them.
Because now we can use our bishop at some point.
Well, that was said already for the bishop. That's the first thing that was said. That's the only thing that Gune. That's the reason why Gune made this move. That's the only thing that he mentioned from the start.
I also thought that we'll be able to bring rooks earlier to e and e file.
Okay.
Will be queen and bishop will be in the center, so
Okay.
yeah, not very. I thought like I will have more weight in the center this way.
You will have more center this way.
Yes.
Well, you do have more center as a fact already. Thanks to your pawns. Look at the small center. That's one of the arguments. I love it. Yes, you have the center and your opponent does not. Because you have opponent in the center and your opponent doesn't. So that's a good factor. Very good. I actually didn't think about that. So still two more, but this is a good one.
Well, once you push b2, you can get your bishop to b2 and get that long diagonal.
Herman, you wish you haven't said that. Because that's the worst thing that could have been said in this position. We literally just played e4 to open the bishop. That means that we want the bishop here. That was literally the idea. Now the bishop is open. And now when the bishop is open, you want to play b4 so that you can put the bishop in the worst possible situation. Because the diagonal that you're talking about is deadly closed. This diagonal is never going to be open. Your bishop is going to be forever stuck looking into its own pawn because this pawn is never moving because then you just lose it. Do you understand why this was a bad suggestion?
Yes.
And on top of that, it's very logical because b4 option you had from the start. You didn't have to move e4. Come on, guys. Two more factors that are extremely important for this position that are in White's favor.
Maybe black knight is down somehow because so in order to connect the two rooks and you need to develop the knight, I cannot see the place to develop it. And also bishop looks really bad for black.
Black bishop is bad? It's the strongest piece. Unless, what are you gonna do?
Knight e5 and d4.
And d4?
Yes.
The pawn is already on d4.
F4.
F4, yes. Knight e5 and f4, I like that. But we already talked about knight d5.
Knight d6 also can be
Okay.
an option. I was expecting an exchange, so I didn't even evaluate it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go knight d5, knight d6 may follow.
Yes, that is number one factor that everybody misses out, that there is another outpost in this position, and it is for white, and it is d6. Now let's think how we can use it. What would be the ideal plan to use the d6?
I expect black to do direct exchange with bishop, so
Yes. What?
bishop f4 should, yeah.
Once we trade these two bishops, it is in white's favor. Black should not do it, but white's plan is to trade the bishops. It's a bad bishop because pawns are still in the same color, right, Grace? And once we get these bishops off the board, d6 is gonna be forever ours. Like, this is a blunder, but just for the record. This is a huge advantage for white because there is this outpost inside of our opponent. So, long story short, whenever we push e4, yes, we are aware that we give away the d5 as a new weakness. Sorry, d5 as an outpost. We do make d4 as a backwards pawn, but we now have a huge potential to get into d6 one day. And in that case, for example, a simple plan could be bishop g5. I like move the queen somewhere, then bishop h4, and then bishop g3, and hop, we have to trade, and then the knight comes to d6, white is better. Strategical plan, right? Now, of course, they're gonna try to do this, but then we kind of like stop them, right? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's number one. And number two, it's already on the plate. You can see it, but I want someone to tell it. I want someone to find this factor, and it's an important one.
This space, black is a small space to move around.
Yes, it is the space. Congratulations. White has more space thanks to the c5 pawn. So that is the factor. Space advantage and the d6. Okay? Now, the smartest person, this rule would tell me, but they already had space. Why would they need to play e4? True. I agree. Sometimes, though, as this is a closed position, whenever we go to the open position, a space advantage can be more crucial, more beneficial, because things are getting faster and we need to be more concrete. And when we have less space, it's easier to get away with less space when the position is closed. Okay? So these are the factors that we have on the balance. Bishop f4, good. This is good. And all you need to do is just take. And then, what is the plan of white here?
Rook d1.
It's just one move. I need a plan. I asked.
Rook d1, rook e1, a4, d4, f4, just...
Okay. You still haven't mentioned the most important thing.
knight b5. Or... most important.
You need to finish the painting.
Control that E file. Double your rooks on the E file.
E file is closed for white. You don't need to double the pawns on the E file. We just need to finish the painting that we already started. So, who can finish it?
Well, you want to bring the knight to the outpost, right?
Yes. How?
So, I mean, you could do that with, you could get there through e5 and c4.
Exactly. Knight e5, knight c4, and knight d6. And you got the beautiful knight on the outpost. And frankly, white is going to be better there. Because the backwards pawn that we're talking about, d4, is not going to be noticed once the knight is here. Right? Because it's going to be blocking any attack. It's going to be completely restraining the rooks and the space. Right? And the space also is important. So all those factors, white is going to be better. So Guinea was actually totally accidentally, was actually playing a good game here without realizing why and how. But he was in a good track until he resigned. And that's when his true colors prevailed, because he thought he was losing when he was actually doing a great job. Okay, a bit long, but very insightful and very useful. Now, who is my next pre? And that is Miss K. She has the wild card as being new here.
I went ahead and sent you my chess.com.
I think I got it from, I saw you posted it earlier. Okay. Any questions, anybody? No questions. Okay, I'm sending the challenge. Did you get it?
I did, yeah.
Do you want to
I'm
accept?
working on my phone and my computer because when I tried doing the computer for both the video, it was lagging, so I have to do two. But give me one moment. It's like lagging.
No problem. So I am gonna go ahead and get a new opponent whose name is all these people that don't show up. If there is time for a Thursday Blitz, I'm chickening out. Too bad. Okay. So all right. Let's go.
Okay, there we go.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Perfect timing. Oh my god. Oh boy. What is this? Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Oh, so bad. They have no class, these people. Just have no class. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. So bad. So bad. Holy cow. What is this? Oh. Yeah, I should have taken the queen. Should have taken the queen. My bad. My bad. Now the lady's running away from me. Now the lady is running away from me. But it's so sad. Oh. Okay, well that's a gift. That's a gift from the sky. That's a gift from the sky. Okay, Dr. Needy, thank you for Prime. Enjoyed that great gift. Yes. What's the point of playing this? Oh, really? We're still playing. Damn girl. Damn girl. Damn girl. What the fuck is going on here? That's so freaking annoying. So freaking annoying. Yeah. The most annoying part is that Your opponent doesn't resign. Everybody's time is waiting. Mm-hmm. Ay, ay. Mm-hmm. What is this move? Damn. So active. Oh boy. So active. Oh boy. Wow. Fuck. This. So scary. Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, Miss K. We have a lot to talk about. So my first question to you is, you have been here from the first minute. What were your key takeaways?
Well, I wasn't. Was that a Greek gift?
But this is not really important. It has no relationship with what we're going to talk about. So you were here from the first minute. What were your key takeaways?
Well, early on there was like an exchange of material that I did not want to happen.
Wait, Kay. Kay, we're
Okay.
talking about this lesson. Do you remember how this lesson started?
Oh, like at the, okay, not just this game. I remember like controlling the center.
Okay, great. This is amazing. Do you remember who was my first opponent?
I forget his name,
Okay.
but yes.
Who was my first opponent? We don't hear you.
Was it David?
Yes, David. David, how are you doing? Do you want to introduce yourself to Kay?
I'm David.
So David and Kay are best friends forever. Why are they best friends forever? They have something very like
she opened the same way I did, except for she played her knight backwards instead of my knight being played forward.
yes. So what does that mean?
She, you could say, lost some of the center at the beginning, but she also redeemed a little bit by playing back into more of a passive stance afterwards.
No. No, she did not. So what it means is that Kay did the exact same mistake that David did, but that's way worse because David was the first one of today, obviously. Not to mention that we had 20 more students before you who were doing the same mistake. But since it's your first time, the first game of today was David, who embarrassed himself, and now Kay comes and 3 games later does the exact same thing. It's crucially important to pay attention to the mistakes of your schoolmates. Crucially important. As a matter of fact, I refused to analyze the game with David, and I forced David to resign in the middle of the game, and I sent David an article. And now that article K is in the chat, that it is an article for 0 to 500, and you have to go through it. I actually updated it while we were playing the games. So knight f6 is unacceptable. You cannot do that move. And obviously the game is already lost because you don't have a center. And the game was even more lost, of course, after the Greek gift. But I don't care about you blundering the Greek gift because you didn't have a center. You shouldn't get into this position from the start. And of course, we should have finished the game here. It was already lost. Unfortunately, I got distracted and you managed to hold for longer. Let's see together what's the best move here. There is h4, the fastest way to win. Yes. Sorry? Oh, it's Herman who forgets to mute. Very important to mute. And after f5, it's actually queen g3. Well, the move that I did is wrong, apparently. Here, king f6 is getting away. Not with king e7, because that's blundering the queen. Right? But more with king f7. Black is now better. Right? Because we don't want to blunder the queen. And I made a mistake. I should play queen g3 here. And I guess I'm winning the queen if queen goes away. Oh, there is a checkmate. Okay, yeah. Okay, fine. Then why do I not? Oh, because there is rook h8. Okay. And if queen g3, queen e8, just h4. Okay. That's a note for everybody who wants to finish the Greek gift in a proper way, right? So usually, obviously, when you get a losing position, when your king is running around, you can just resign because you don't want to waste everybody's time. There is no point of fighting in a losing position knowing you're going to lose anyway and the position is completely lost. But here I'm really, really upset with this because not only, well, it's your first day at the Russian chess school. Let's say you didn't know, but you should pay attention to the mistakes of your students, especially when they're so loud. And I believe David's mistake was very loud. We started with this. It was painful for everybody. And now it's a double pain for everybody. Okay? So I'm watching you all, and if anyone on this call I ever see you do knight f6, you are getting expelled. Is that the word? From the school, okay? Michael, that's important to pay attention right now. Because if you do that, it's over. I cannot take anymore anything like this. Okay, and the article K is in the chat. You can see that. That's the first message I sent. It's actually, it's funny. It's just before your username. So it was right at the moment when you were looking for your chess.com username when I posted that article. It's called 10 opening rows. Okay, next opponent is Jessica.
Hi.
Hello, are you there?
Yeah.
Are you gonna send me a challenge or?
Okay. Is Anastasia not here?
No. So sad, right? What a bummer. Damn, how could she?
Yeah.
So disappointing. She's too busy. She's working on the push notifications for our school. Right, Alexander?
Actually, I see Alexander's name on the list. Maybe he wants to play.
You see who?
Alexander.
Alexander? I don't see any Alexander. Jessica, let's not waste everybody's time, okay?
Yeah.
And let's just not play cat and mouse here. All right, let's go. Now this is a test. Don't fail me. Don't fail me. Connect 4. Thank you so much. Okay. Razor. Thank you. Simon plays chess. Simon, don't you dare saying that here. Zephnes, thank you for giving us up to Rebecca. Uh-huh. K West, thank you for giving us up for Zeka. Luana Del Rey, thank you for the prime. Dr. Needy, thank you for the prime. What is H6 for? Wow, so many subs. Ooh, Connect 4 is gifting 10 subs. Oh, thank you so much. So nice. Said Rabbit, you had to drop out of Russian chess school because you were not working. That's not the same. That's not the same. Okay. Good. So far, very good. She's doing fine. She's doing very fine. 87 is a good move. Then what's next? A5. What's the point of A5? Huh. Well, that's an interesting choice. Zarvos, thank you so much for the prime. You do 100 hours a week at the job, so that's my excuse. So what are you doing at Twitch then? Are you wasting your time at Twitch? Huh? Hello, YouTube. How are you? How are you? Okay, Bishop. Can we? Yeah, we should. How can I punish her being so slow? I go here. If I go here, she goes here. Yeah, that doesn't work. That won't fly. If I go here, she goes here. Let's see, 95. Knight takes. Pawn takes. Knight goes here. Oh, I actually like that. That's a good move. HV, how was your onboarding call with Anna? How was the onboarding call with Anna? Now, obviously, the right move for black would be to fight back for the center with a pawn. Up, both c6 and e6 work. Okay. And we got, as you know, PTSD from Guinea's situation. Here. 2.5 years. Exactly. Exactly. Only took you 2.5 years. Achievement, right? At least something. At least something. Where is our timer? I want to delete this thing called d4, 5, c4. e6 is the right move. Up. Okay, great. Now we have everything in our control. This way, the center is well protected and the number of pawns in the center is even. Okay. All right. Rook. How about we do a beautiful rook c5 to block them forever? Of course, I'm not planning to take that stupid bishop. I don't need it. My knight is way better and way stronger. Way better and way stronger. Okay, fine. Just go back. And then queen d3. And then queen h7 checkmate. And checkmate. The highlight. Round 5. Round 4. Round 3. Round 2. Round 1. Okay, that's good. Or just give me more real. Ooh, she's going big. We kick this knight away. Interesting. So she goes here. We can start with this. Oh no, my rook! Oh my god, I blundered the rook! Shit, Jessica. You can't be that naive, girl. Alright. Uh-oh. You seriously thought I blundered that rook? Damn. Jessica, you can't be studying chess 24/7 and sabotaging your own games. That doesn't work. It's just counterproductive. Okay. So everything was fine until one moment. Here, unfortunately, because you're playing black, you gotta be a little bit more concrete. And a5 is the first time that you make a mistake. And it's unfortunately not your priority. How so? Do you think? Yes. Why would you do that?
So should I just put the bishop on d7?
Yes, of course. Why not?
I was confused with the last game usually when we say like, oh, you can play a5 and then bishop a.
When was the last time you saw bishop a6 in the Queen's Gambit declined? Because you're behind the development, you really cannot afford yourself so many distractions. And if you have a clear goal, which is b5, it is to play bishop b7. And later, what is the plan? Yes. Yes. c5, yes. And c5, by the way, you need to prepare. How? No. Rook is a good move, but no. No. You cannot play. Your rook is not going to help you. c5 is not ready. If you don't know, you can ask your fellow schoolmates. Everybody. Can you help Jessica, please?
Don't hang your b pawn if you push your c pawn.
Thank you, Grace. Thank you. b5 pawn is hanging. He cannot just push c5. You need to prepare it. How can you prepare it?
A6.
Or
Or push
b4 and then c5. So a6 is exactly the reason why a5 is wrong, because you're not helping your goal. The problem that you're gonna have is that even if you push b5, b4, which I'd expect you to do, then why the hell are you playing bishop b7 now? Where's the logic? I thought you told me you wanted to put the bishop on a6.
Yeah, at first I wanted to push b4 directly, but I'm not sure.
So even if you push b4, the issue, and even if you develop your bishop to a6, the issue is that your c6 is going to be for our weakness. And it's not even the fact that I can just win it right now, but let's say I played like queen e2. How are you going to play bishop a6? Now it's stopped. But let's say I play something stupid, like just a waiting move king here. Now, when you do that, and you manage to get rid of the bishop, you still have a weakness in this position forever. That is c6. It's a backwards, like whatever, isolated, you call it whatever you want. It's a weak pawn that is behind and is forever going to be weak. There is another weakness that is in white's, like for white, great thing for white, which is
Weakness that is great for white? Oh, black's weakness.
Yeah, it's a great thing for white and it's a weakness for black, which is which outpost? c5. There is an outpost here on c5. Now we cannot yet totally use it because then they would trade a lot of things, but it's a great square and it is for white. So all those things are pointing to you that here as black, you have two weaknesses. One is you have to find a way to develop your worst piece, the bishop, in time. And two, this c6, and you need to get rid of that. So your plan, you're only playing b5 so that you could play bishop b7, but the reality is that you need to play c5 and not a5. a5 is good, but when everything is already perfect and you don't know what to do, then you play a5. But that's not the case here. a5, rook c1, bishop b7. And yes, here I found a way to punish you, because as you could see in the game, these are my squares. This is a forever dead person. Right? By the way, nice PTSD for Gunay from his game with me. The knight finally came to d6. And also, I'm very proud of this move, even though computer doesn't approve it. And then, of course, you think that I was born yesterday. But the reality is, I was born the day before. Okay. Any questions?
I have a question.
Yes.
When you put your knight on c6, so for Jessica, it was better to put her knight with c7. Yeah, here.
Knight c7.
No, before you come with the knight.
Here, knight c7.
Is it the move? We need the move.
What are you talking about? Knight d7?
No, yeah, here.
What for?
I will put e8.
It's ridiculously passive. Like, there is nothing more passive than this. I wouldn't even consider this moves. Like, with worst case, okay, congratulations. Now what? What are you gonna do with this pawn? It's even worse than the knight, because it's just gonna, like, it's completely destroying you. No, I think if you do wanna fight with this knight, you have to fight with the pawn. So bad, but maybe something like that. Maybe, obviously not rook c8. Rook c8 is ridiculous because you're just walking into knight here. I would rather maybe do something like rook d8, and after knight d6, try f6. Because f4 is not easy because of knight e3. Yeah, something like that. And even if f4, we can take, maybe go here. I don't know. At least these are weaker, right? So the only way I would see to fight for this is to attack the defender. Like, because even this is good for us, for black. And even this is fine because the queen comes in. It's a bit weak, but it's still better. I prefer that over having knights in our territory. Okay. All right. Any questions? So we have Lionel, but I don't think I've seen him here. And then we have Alexander. Wow. Surprise, surprise.
Sorry, Dina, can we skip the game for today and maybe the next one is Michael?
Oh, really?
I tried it too earlier. I tried this too.
What's the occasion?
But,
You're having a period or what?
I mean, we played from last time, so
One of those days your head is not functioning.
yeah, kind of.
See, I'm in a very uncomfortable position because I cannot bully you until you were totally ashamed, because then you wouldn't help us with the app. So that's like you're getting a privilege here only because of all the great things we're doing, but it's against my principles. So it's I have inner conflict right now.
Feel free to bully me.
Okay. Well, honestly, there is Victor and there is Christy, and that's it. Oh, there is Michael. Okay, Michael. It's your lucky day. Proof. Turbo. Your lucky day, buddy. I don't know. It depends if you and I are friends. Are we friends? I don't see your username. Did you get banned for cheating?
No.
Not yet. I don't see you there. Decline all.
Without underscore.
Without underscore, but he did put with an underscore. Look at this. Guinea knows your username better. That's interesting. Okay, I send you a challenge. Olivier forgot how to enter the queue to play against Dina. You know what that means? What does that mean? That means that he hasn't shown up to classes as often lately. I wasn't talking about Michael, but since Michael approved it, so same valid point for him. When was the last time you booked your one-on-one? Oh, wow. Okay. So we have an issue here with the Michael, which means that I'm moving on to the next player, which is Victor. Even though he arrived late, we're gonna forgive him.
This one's telling me I'm not able to send you a challenge.
Well, that's normal because you and I are not friends. What else did you think? Okay. I'm sending you a challenge. Awesome. Let's change the music. E4. E6. Wow. That's rare. Okay. Let's see what he got here. Hmm. Okay. 97. Interesting move. I beat a guy, so he banned. He's gonna call me a cheater. I was so proud. Good. Good for you. Great job. So proud of you. So proud of you. I need to download these things, these little puppies. Championship blitz. Download. Ooh. Okay. Castle. Castle. Bishop. What if we go here? Uh-huh. And now actually I don't know why I played it. I thought I was gonna get a free. Why would I play it? Okay, I'll play H4. Up. Ooh, H6, awesome. Now I'll take. And now I'll take. Go here. Oh, this is fine. This is fine. Up. What? Is he crazy? Oh my goodness. He's losing his mind. Wow. 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 Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. Huh. Lol. Lol. What about this, buddy? What about this, buddy? Huh? Uh-huh. Wow. Holy smokes. I go here. Goes that way. I feel like I have to bring the knight out. But then this one. So juicy. C6. Pawn takes. Knight takes. So juicy. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, I can go here and here. Oh, that's lovely. I'm gonna go this way. Right. And here, this one. So you did a video with the Secret Queen. Was it good? Really? Was it? Was it that good? Was it that good? Oh, come on. You can't be playing that. This is just ridiculous. Really? How about we go here and then we push? Ah, so he now doesn't want to make a draw. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Lol. Oh, yeah. What I have done. Girls just wanna have fun. Oh, girls just want fun. Let's go this way. I know that I have about 25,000 games on classical games on chess base. Sorry, official games. Girls just wanna have fun. Ooh, girls. What is this? What is that? Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Girls just wanna have fun. Girls just wanna. What? Shoot. How many bones am I up? Wait. I think the knight is trapped. The knight is trapped, right? The knight is trapped. Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Where are you going, buddy? Where's he going? Girls just want fun. Let's just get out. Let's just get out. Girls just wanna have. Girls just. Ooh, he's bringing his king out. Interesting. Girls just wanna have fun. Great. Magnificent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Girls just wanna have fun. Oh yeah. Girls. Bonjour. Come on. Come on. Put the radio out. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. I'm only one pawn up? That's not a lot. I thought it was more. The yesterday of the day before. Exactly. Girls just wanna have fun. Honestly, I don't like the move I made. I might just come back. And push. And just give it away. Because I'm winning. I'm winning. Girls wanna have fun. Boom. pawn. The pawn is promoting. Girls just wanna have. Oh, I muted myself. I did mute myself. Oh, girls just wanna have fun. Oh, girls. Ooh, ooh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting, Tony. Obviously, you are a good player, but still, mistakes, mistakes, mistakes. French defense. Yes, about that. Actually, computer doesn't criticize your move, but yeah, it's like it's not what you want to play, right? I think your plan should be develop the bishop, no? Like queen b6. Oh, then I take. Okay, so takes. Queen b6. Actually, maybe that was fine, you know? If you ask the computer, he says it was fine. So let's see. Maybe the mistake was later. Bishop e7 is inaccuracy. And now I should take. And now, yes, your pawns are ruined. So that's what I was, like, I thought. But if you don't play bishop, you should play, like, queen d7. So maybe you should keep the dark squared bishops so that your light squared bishop with your stupid pawns on f5 and d5 are not as bad. Because there is some, like, more things coming, like, more things happening in the game, right? Let's say I develop. You play h6, and then you push g5. You don't want to move. So probably because your structure is potentially... Oh, Gune's favorite move. c4 here. Because your structure is weird, your bishop is weird, you need to compensate by having other options on the boards, and those require keeping the dark squared bishops alive and having other plans. The issue here is that after we trade, what is left for you? Yes, you're starting the attack, which is not as bad, but again, it would be stronger with the bishop. Oh, here you had a great option, queen h4. Now, obviously, this is just an insanely crazy move. Like, how can you take a pawn like that when your king is in the center, every single piece is on the e file, and I'm just there to put my rook? Like, this is just a suicide move. Like, seriously. It's just insanely bad. Unfortunately, I didn't find the right way to punish you. But here, like, excuse me? What's your rating? As far as I'm aware, we have 1,000 rating difference. Why it's you who's refusing the free fall repetition?
I didn't think you were going to repeat. I thought you were going to play p6.
Okay, that's fair.
You missed it the first time.
That's fair. No, I wouldn't play c6 because I didn't see the value in it. I think this is a blunder because I can just walk away. Walk away, and that's fine. Yeah, it's a blunder. c6 is wrong because I'm just pinning myself. I'm walking with a knight in front of, like, I'm pinning my knight, and you can unpin yourself just by walking away with the king. So our round's turn. I wasn't gonna play c6. I was just, like, checking on you. But okay, I understand your reaction. That's fine. Now I should have captured and played queen d4. And... oh my god, queen takes d5. Beautiful. That's beautiful. I didn't see that. Okay. So, a few mistakes from both of us. And then here, you're still somehow okay. And you're actually better. Wow. But you have to find the Jessica's favorite move, a5, to break my pawn structure. And use the fact that even though your knight is kind of trapped, I'm not yet ready to attack it, right? And even when I will attack it, I need to put the rook and then move the knight. You would still have your beautiful knight b2. So it's actually a fake threat. So let's say a3, a takes. And if I take rook a1, you win the pawn. Yeah, so actually, surprisingly for me, and probably for you as well, your position was actually, you had an advantage here. You still had advantage by kicking my pawns. That's an interesting structure. So someone like Gune would say, but we have a pawn majority 4 versus 2, I don't want to hear about it. But the reality is sometimes when pawns are doubled like this, you can actually attack them and you can break them and attack them with pieces. And actually this pawn break b6 is destroying the position. Such strong pawns, but these 2 are going to be stronger than those 4. Just because of how pieces are placed as well. And the double pawns. So quite embarrassing, but your losing decision was obviously to play knight c4, because now it's nature mort. You know what's nature mort? Dead nature. It means a beautiful painting on the wall in the museum where my king is in the center and eating all your pawns, and it's a rook endgame, and you were playing the rook endgame without the king. So this is just a typical disaster. Instead, again, a5, even knight a4 seems crazy, but it's not as bad. You still have b6 idea. And after c6, attack, protect. Look at this, Gune. You say pawn majority, but there is no pawn majority because these pawns are getting, there's just no harmony. The c4 not possible, a4 not possible. These 2 are getting destroyed. You just collect every single pawn and win the game. Okay. Any questions? Okay. I feel like it's a good moment for us to depart our ways. It's been more than 2 hours and I'm losing this team. So impressed by all your amazing moves. Okay. For all those who missed their chance to play today, that's your reminder to book a spot as early as possible. This way you guarantee yourself your place in the line. Okay. For David and Kay, reminder, there is the article waiting for you. 10 opening principles. I hope that is gonna be the worst game you ever played. All right. Good. Shall I let you go?
Thank you.
No questions? Thank you. All right, bye everybody. Bye.
Thank you.
Okay. That was it. Our usual group class. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys have fun? Did you guys learn a thing or two? Shit. I'm gonna cut it. I'm trying to improve my articles because I updated the thing. Wait, what happened? What's this? Oh. Wait, what? Who did that? I did that. Oh. Oh, that's the one that's not updated. Okay. So if I delete it all, it doesn't work. If I go here, also doesn't work. It's not working. Okay, now it's working. And then if I go here, okay, now it's working. And now if I paste, come on. Here. Up. Let's see, did it work? with my beautiful new diagrams. Yes, it did work. Awesome. So I updated it. Perfect. What about the level 3? I also need to update that. Okay, how is everybody? Are you guys good? You guys ready to depart? Uncle Jesse's life? Great. Zefcat is also... Let's go to Zefcat, no? Raid. Okay. Said Rabbit, what's up? Thank you guys for all the subs today. It's been a while. You guys been quite active, I would say. How's your summer going? Summertime, summertime, summertime. Madness. Summertime. Madness. Should we delete all that? Yes, we should. Delete all that. Summertime, madness, summertime. Up. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. I updated my article. Save. Oh, I'm so proud of myself. Yeah, I added those horrible examples. Bye, 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 everyone.